It's your boy Shadow. I'm getting ready to do my second skin on this tattoo I did. This was the first session on a cover up. We're doing a back piece on her, starting on her front side and wrapping all the way over to her left side. So this is how you take the second skin. You cut it in small enough pieces you can apply it. So over here I've got like 3 or 4 pieces, and I cut some smaller pieces. I take it, you have pieces about this size. You're gonna fold it in half on the blue line. You very carefully peel off the back of it. You don't want to touch the back much because it's sticky and you don't want to lose the adhesive. Stand up totally straight. Okay, relax your shoulders. Okay, you want to go, no, don't do that. You want to go about a 1/2 inch above where you need it and a 1/2 inch farther than where you need it. You put the blue part down in the middle first. Smooth it out. Just stay relaxed like that. Okay. And then you put the middle down first. And then you hold it tight. Push, give me leverage. Stay real strong, okay? And we get all the air out of it. Just put it on real thorough. Walk all the edges out. Now, what you do is, the reason you bent it in the middle, just stay real still if you can for me. The reason you bent it in the middle is so you can peel it off. Oh, move your feet apart just a little bit. Is so you can peel it off. Now, when you peel it off from the center, you want to hold this part down so you're not letting any air get underneath it. So you don't want to accidentally pull it up because it'll put air bubbles underneath it. So you're smoothing it out as you go, and you're peeling it up as you go. So it's smart to kind of like get it started as you're doing it. That could have been an air bubble if I didn't smooth that right there. Cool. Now you can go faster the more times you've done it, but you don't want to rush through it. It's better to like walk it off. Okay, so I make sure to get it totally smooth before I take off the other piece. Some people do it real fast and they just take it off all as one piece, but you can see all the air underneath it. Want to make sure that your client stays standing totally straight and perfect, or straight and still, because if they're moving around, it's going to put air underneath it. The whole reason, the whole premise for putting second skin on is to block oxygen from hitting the pores. If the oxygen hits the pores, then when the plasma comes out, it's going to turn into a scab. Scabs happen when plasma hits oxygen. Plasma is the clear part of a scab. Feeling okay so far? So you're going to want to overlap that piece. But you see how I've got the whole area covered and it's totally flush to her skin. So because it's flush, it's not going to let any oxygen in. Therefore, she's going to keep, her tattoo is going to heal under the surface instead of on top of the surface. I try to always line the blue part up. So I'm going to go a little bit, actually I go right here and I overlap right here about a 1/2 inch. And then I go a little higher than I need to. Don't move. I put the middle down first. I smooth it out, pick up your head a little bit. Cool. See how much it changes when she picks her head up. So you want to make sure, oh, don't move. I want to just make sure they're standing up totally straight when you put it on. Yeah, put your head down a little bit more. Yeah, like stretch down, got a couple little air bubbles in it, and then you kind of pinch it and peel it up from the center. Make sure you get all the air out of it. Just take a couple deep breaths. Cool. No issues. Peel off this piece. For a lot of people, it's really hard to get this figured out. So this is why we're taking the video, just so you can kind of see how to keep the air bubbles from underneath it. You're gonna wear this until tomorrow. I don't know, I usually tell people not to wear it any later than like 2 o'clock the next day. Right now, it's like midnight right now. She's gonna wear this till about 2 o'clock tomorrow. Fold this in 4, or fold it in half rather. Peel off the back. We used to do Aquaphor and ointment like that. This alleviates having to do anything on the surface. If you're trying to heal the tattoo on the surface, then you run the risk of having surface issues, having a scab. If you put too much ointment on it, then you end up losing ink. If you put not enough ointment on it, then you end up losing ink. So this alleviates the human error element of trying to take care of it on the surface. Now, the only problems you could have with this are you don't want sun, you don't want water, you don't want to be sweating underneath your second skin because that'll put oxygen underneath it and it'll put, you know, moisture. Oh, please don't move your arm. Just cough if you need to. Get it, girl. All right, so don't move. I'm all full. All right, stay just like that. Cool, so move your arm just a little bit, and I'm tucking it underneath her armpit a little bit. You're okay. So I'm gonna tuck it underneath her armpit just a little bit so she can breathe. Now a key point to make sure it's smooth is all the edges. You want all the edges down all the way across. That's where it's gonna try to start peeling up on you. So okay, just relax your shoulders. So I'm gonna put another piece right here. You're okay. So I'm gonna put this little piece right here. You don't wanna have a bunch of fucking layers over it anywhere you don't need to, because it's just going to make it heavier and harder if she's trying to stretch for something. So right here, I'm going to go like this. Just stand up real straight. It's really easy to put smaller pieces on too. So if you find yourself having a hard time putting on medium size or bigger pieces, just cut smaller pieces like I just did. Piece comes off in 1 second. It doesn't necessarily want to stick to skin that's not been tattooed, or like it's not gonna, anywhere that hasn't been shaved and, you know, cleaned, it's not gonna stick to as well. So you pretty much only have like 1 inch, 2 inches around the tattoo where it's gonna want to actually stick to you. So just kind of keep that in mind. Cool. So I've got all that. I got a couple little spots, so I'm just gonna put this piece on there, and that covers both of those. Fold it. The other trick is you want to make sure your scissors are clean, make sure your hands are clean, and make sure you have a clean work area before you start putting all this stuff on, because you don't want to trap anything underneath the second skin that will be problematic for an open wound, because it's obviously not going to get any air underneath there, so you're pretty much forcing anything on the surface of the skin into the open wound. So make sure you clean the skin off really good, make sure your hands are clean, make sure your scissors are clean. I try to do all the cutting and all the pre stuff before I start doing it, just so I'm not having to go back and touch other shit while I'm doing it. Cool, got one more little piece. I'm pretty good at knowing what to cut because I do this all day long every day with all my clients. So, piece right there. It ended up taking quite a bit more than what I thought it was gonna, but it's okay, it's a big tattoo. See how easy the small pieces are to take off. I'm gonna do it with one hand. Awesome. Cool, she's gonna wear this till tomorrow at like 1 o'clock. She's gonna take it off very carefully when you take it off, or whatever, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, same thing. When you take it off tomorrow, you're gonna just get your hands really soapy. You're gonna get the skin really soapy, and then you're gonna, like, I would lather the outside of it, get it kind of to where it's like not so tight. And then as you take it off, you like peel from the top, you peel it back a little bit, and I put soap and water underneath it, and it helps it kind of come off a little bit. You dodge water and dodge soap the whole time you have it on, unless you're taking it off. When you take it off, the soap and the water is your friend, because it takes away the horrible stickiness and the adhesive touching your body. So you're gonna peel this off, you just roll a little bit, peel a little bit more, roll it down. Peel a little bit more, because you don't want to put pressure on the surface of the skin, so you don't want to pull it away from the skin too much. You want to kind of like roll it, pull it down a little bit, roll it. I get the whole thing taken off. I wash it until it's not slimy anymore with cold water and liquid dial in the sink and not in the shower. Wash it really thorough until the skin isn't slimy. Blot it totally dry, and then you'll reapply it. You reapply it tomorrow, and you wear that reapplication for a week. I wear the whole thing for pretty much 7 days from the first time I got it. So today is Friday. She's gonna wear this until next Friday. Next Friday night, she'll take it off, and then she'll do lotion 10 times a day. Any questions?
No.
Awesome. Cool, so you're totally flush, and the benefit of it is that you can see through it, so she can still wear the tattoo like it's new, but it's not gonna be at risk for having drama to it.
So you said dial is the best soap?
Orange liquid dial. Yeah. Plus you can text me, I'll give you all the answers for all this stuff.